You know how Marvel and DC have basically turned superhero movies into their own private buffet? Yeah, well, today we're looking at the rebels, the misfits, the you can't sit with us kids of the genre who showed up without an MCU or DCU membership card and still blew our capes off. These are the top superheroes that aren't Marvel or DC. Some of these came from other comic book publishers, some straight out of filmmakers' wild imaginations, and some are just genre curveballs that make you go, wait, this is better than half the stuff from Marvel Phase 4. So, let's dive in. Hellboy 2004. Before Stranger Things, David Harbour stepped into the big red boots for the reboot that shall not be named, Guillermo del Toro gave us 2004's Hellboy, and it was glorious. You've got Ron Perlman in full demonic makeup, puffing cigars, punching tentacle monsters, and somehow making giant red demon with a stone fist feel like your sarcastic uncle at a family barbecue. Del Toro's knack for creepy yet beautiful creature design meshes perfectly with the Dark Horse Comics source material. It's like gothic fairy tale meets monster hunting buddy cop film, and it just works. The sad part, we never got the trilogy Perlman and Del Toro wanted. Instead, Hollywood handed us that 2019 reboot, which was basically like trading in a vintage Corvette for a rusty lawnmower. Mystery Man 1999. Long before the boys showed us incompetent superheroes, Mystery Man gave us superheroes who are really incompetent. This is a movie where one guy can only turn invisible if no one's looking, and another throws forks instead of knives. It's like your weird neighbors decided to fight crime with the same energy they bring to a backyard potluck. Led by Ben Stiller's Mr. Furious, a man who gets stronger when he's mad, but still not that strong. The movie bombed in the theaters but became a cult classic later. Released in 1999, it was way ahead of its time. Drop this into today's superhero saturated market and it'll probably clean up. Back then, people were like, superhero parody? Nah, I'm busy watching The Mummy again. Super 2010. Imagine if your average guy decided to be a superhero without any actual powers, and then the movie leaned hard into how horrifying that would actually be. That's Super, directed by James Gunn before he was the big Marvel DC crossover event that he is today. Rainn Wilson plays Crimson Bolt, who essentially fights crime with a wrench. Like, literally, no gadgets, no cool armor, just a wrench, and the will to smash crime in the face. It's dark, it's violent, and way less feel good than your average comic book movie. In fact, by the end, you'll be questioning whether anyone in this movie should have been allowed within 50 feet of a mask and a costume. Hey guys, I wanted to take a break in the video to thank all our subscribers on the channel. Thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot to us. Now, if you aren't subscribed already, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button right now and hit the notification bell so you always know when new content drops on the channel. Alright, let's get back to the video. Megamind 2010. What if Lex Luthor actually won and then realized, well, crap, what now? That's the basic idea behind Megamind, the animated comedy where Will Ferrell plays a supervillain who takes down his heroic nemesis and then immediately spirals into existential crisis. This movie is pure gold. It's clever, it's self-aware, and it's stuffed with one-liners that hit harder than Metro Man's chin. It also pulls off the rare feat of making you sympathize with the villain, because at heart, it's just a blue-headed dork who wanted to be liked. Honestly, it's one of the best animated superhero flicks out there. And yes, that includes the Lego Batman movie. Chronicle 2012. Before Josh Trank torpedoed Fantastic Four into cinematic oblivion, he gave us Chronicle, a found-footage superhero origin story that somehow wasn't a migraine-inducing mess. Three teens stumble across a mysterious glowing object and suddenly gain telekinetic powers. What follows is equal parts thrilling and tragic, as Dane DeHaan's Andrew Detmer goes from awkward wallflower to full-blown supervillain. The way the movie uses the found footage style to make the powers feel grounded is genius. And when it all goes off the rails, it really goes off the rails. It's basically Akira meets the Blair Witch Project, minus the screaming in the woods. Hancock, 2008. Superheroes are usually squeaky clean, noble, and willing to save the day with a smile. Hancock takes one look at that and says, nah, let's make him drunk and cranky instead. Will Smith plays the world's most reluctant hero, a guy who'd rather be sleeping off a hangover than stopping a train. The first half of Hancock is great, funny, fresh, and a little bit satirical. Then the second half happens, and things get weird. Soulmates, ancient superpowers, Charlize Theron shooting tornadoes out of her eyes, you just kinda roll with it. Still, it made nearly $630 million worldwide, proving people are ready for a superhero who didn't want to be there any more than the bad guys. Dredd, 2012. Forget the 1995 Sylvester Stallone version. Dredd is where it's at. This ultra-violent, neon-soaked slice of sci-fi action is about a dystopian future where cops are judge, jury, and executioner. And Carl Urban's Judge Dredd is really good at the executioner part. Set almost entirely in one mega building controlled by Lena Headey's drug-dealing mama, the movie is basically The Raid with helmets. The slow-mo drug sequences are jaw-dropping, and Urban's decision to never take off the helmet is perfect for the character. Unfortunately, it tanked at the box office, but became a home video cult favorite. So basically, it's the Blade Runner of gunfights. The Mask, 1994. Jim Carrey in his prime, Cameron Diaz in her debut, and a plot about a magical mask that turns you into a living cartoon character with zero impulse control. The Mask is absolute chaos in the best way possible. Carrey's physical comedy is a perfect match for the over-the-top source material from Dark Horse Comics. It's weird, it's wild, and it somehow made $350 million worldwide back in 1994. Which is like $700 million in today's money. Sadly, the sequel, Son of the Mask, happened, and the less said about that cinematic war crime, the better. The Crow, 1994. Stylish, gothic, and dripping with atmosphere, The Crow is the definition of a cult classic. Brandon Lee stars as Eric Draven, a musician resurrected from the dead to avenge his own murder and that of his fiancée. The movie's visuals are pure 1990s grunge mixed comic book, and the action sequences are still slick today. Of course, the film is also remembered for the tragic on-set accident that took Lee's life during production, which makes his performance feel even more haunting. Despite spawning a bunch of subpar sequels, the original stands tall as one of the coolest non-Marvel DC superhero films ever made. The Incredibles, 2004. Before Disney owned Marvel, they gave us The Incredibles, a Pixar masterpiece that's basically what if the Fantastic Four was a suburban family and actually fun. Brad Bird's film nails the superhero action while also delivering sharp social commentary about individuality, family dynamics, and what it means to hide your talents from the world. Oh, and it has one of the greatest villains in animated history, Syndrome, the fanboy turned supervillain who's basically what happens if Reddit made a person. 2 Oscars, tons of quotable lines, and an unforgettable score. It's still one of the best superhero films of all time. So, there you have it. Proof that you don't need an MCU budget or a DC reboot plan to make an awesome superhero movie. Sometimes all you need is a weird idea, the right cast, and the guts to do something different. Which of these is your favorite? Or is there one we criminally left out? Please do drop it in the comments, and remember, it's not about the universe you're in, it's about how cool your cape looks in slow motion. Also, if you like what you just saw, please do like and share this video. And of course, subscribe to Moviematic. We'll really appreciate it. If you don't, thank you so much for watching this video all the same. Take care and have a great one.